Am I the asshole for expecting my adult daughter to pay back what she owes me? My 48 male, daughter 21 female, Arya, abandoned us, her stepmother, younger half sister, and me when she was 15 to go live with my enabling ex-wife, Sandra, and her husband. Until then, we had 50-50 custody, but Sandra has always been less strict than me. She always lets Arya do what she wants and has never had any home rules. She also buys Arya everything she wants, so she will want to live with her. Sandra lives in the same town where Arya's high school was, while I live 25 minutes away. So one of my rules was that if she went to meet up with a friend there, meaning I had to drive her, the next time they met, it was her friend's turn to come here. If the friend's parents didn't want to drive the kid here, then Arya wasn't allowed to meet them again while she was with me. Everything was fine that way for years. The major fallout happened in her last year of high school. She was 15. She went on a trip to another country with her school and didn't bother to send more than a couple texts while she was away for 5 days. So I decided to ground her because she had to learn to respect us and show some love for her family. She insisted she had sent messages to her mother, but we had barely heard from her. She's never had a lot of friends, but she had been invited to some popular girl's birthday party. This was my punishment, not going to that party after forgetting about her family. She got upset and started calling her mother to come pick her up, but it was illegal to get her if it was my week. Plus, she wanted to go to her mother's because she would lift my punishment and let her go to the party. Her mother came by the end of the week, and I told Arya that she didn't have to come back if she didn't want to. I waited, but I heard nothing from her again. Her sister kept asking why she didn't come back, and I didn't know how to explain to her that she didn't love us and that she preferred staying with her mother, her parties, and her free of rules life. Over the years, we have communicated through lawyers because Sandra has zero intentions on helping me get my daughter back. She finally has her to herself. They've been demanding that I pay for child support, even now that she's 21 years old. I have to pay for that and for half of her college expenses by law. When Arya turned 18, an adult, I started adding up everything I had to pay in an Excel that I had sent to Sandra when I update it so she knows what damage she is doing to our daughter. I expect Arya to pay her debt, but I gave Sandra the option to pay for her, to which she refused. We are now at $18,000. Arya has been trying to get in touch again. I told her that we cannot fix the emotional part until we fix the financial part first. She needs to prove to me that she doesn't only care about the money. Sandra says I'm an a-hole, but I think she is, since she has done nothing but try to make my daughter away, and she finally has what she wants. So, am I the asshole for expecting my adult daughter to pay back what she owes me? And the top comment coming in with 70,000 upvotes. You're the asshole. You are a horrible father, and I can see why your daughter left. Next comment, 26,000 upvotes. This, OP, you're not acting like a father, and any hostility you experience from your own daughter after this kind of behavior is well deserved. You're the asshole. Next comment, 20,000 upvotes. Even after reading the first sentence, my daughter abandoned us, I was pretty sure OP is going to turn out to be an insufferable asshole. And yeah. Next comment, 33,000 upvotes. You're the asshole. You want your daughter to pay you back for court-ordered child support. You're the biggest ass. Next comment, 10,000 upvotes. Right? OP was legally required to pay money to support his daughter and expects her to pay it back, and he thinks that's justified because she's no longer a minor. I'm irritated with the number of people that are surprised they have to support children they produce. You should want the best for your kids. But apparently, if the kids don't do exactly what you want, then people like OP disagree. OP, you smothered your kid until you pushed her away. If you gave a damn about her, you would be trying to make amends, not demanding money. It's clear you don't care about her, and I hope she realizes that and doesn't waste her time or money that she is entitled to and does not owe you on you. You're the asshole. Next comment, 20,000 upvotes. You're the asshole. Everything you described her doing was normal teenage behavior that you massively overreacted to, and then you wonder why she left to stay at mom's. And you are compiling a sheet of what your court-ordered support amounts to for college expenses, etc. No, she doesn't need to pay you back. That is your actual responsibility to support the child. And no, if she's in college, it doesn't just stop at 18. If it did, then you wouldn't still be paying it legally, now would you? If you harass her for repayment, I hope this poor girl just walks away for good. Next comment, 6,000 upvotes. Not to mention, he wanted to brainwash his other kid into thinking Arya was the bad guy. Sheesh, this dude sounds overbearing and hella immature. OP, you're the asshole. And my vote, I'm going to go ahead and say this guy is the asshole. He suffocated her just because she didn't text him during the international trip. Shouldn't be wrong. What do you guys think? Do you guys have a parent like this? Asshole for kicking my mom out of my house because of how she reacted to her partner not liking my wife's chili. My mom and I have just come off a 3-year estrangement. Her and my wife hated each other from day one, just really clashed, and my mom was going through some stuff in her personal life and acting out. We mutually agreed it wasn't fixable and we should go our separate ways. I recently connected with her at a party and told her that I wanted to try and fix things. My wife supported this. My mom is with someone I'll call Rob. I'm pretty sure they are engaged, but to be honest, I'm not 100% sure. We've seen my mom a couple of times since reconnecting, and I can tell she is really trying. She seems extremely anxious and nervous to talk, so we are taking it really slow, but I do believe that is her trying. Recently, we invited my mom and Rob over. My wife was making chili in the crock pot, and it was done, but we weren't ready to eat it. She had some tortilla chips and said that she liked dipping it in the chili and invited them to have some while we waited. Rob took some and gagged. I don't think he did it on purpose, and he seemed embarrassed. But my wife's chili is very sweet. She uses maple syrup, chocolate powder, cinnamon, and brown sugar. My mom laughed, which upset my wife because he's always been smug about not thinking my wife is a good cook. I could see my wife getting annoyed and snapped at my mom. Rob looked kind of ill and excused himself. My mom stood there for a minute in silence and then bolted after him and started banging on the bathroom door and demanding to be let in. He was ignoring her and she started freaking out and said she wanted to be hugged. She has some anxiety and PTSD related stuff, and he is her comfort person. Just as I got to the door to tell her to stop banging, Rob let her in and I heard their conversation. Rob was saying they had to get out of here because he can't eat that chili. My mom was kind of teasing him about, "Oh, you don't like it," and telling him she served it with rice and raisins and sugar and a chocolate sauce, a lie. And he said it tasted like dog food with sugar and he was going to have nightmares. I saw red and my mom was laughing. It just brought me back to how smug she used to be and how she looked down on us. When they came out, I told her to leave. My mom got really quiet again and said it was creepy that I was standing outside of the bathroom door. She said she has been trying and she feels I'm looking for reasons to hate her. I told her to just go because I was too emotional to talk to her. She left willingly, but Rob told me I can't just nitpick and kick her out and then think she is going to want to continue to put work into this relationship. So, am I the asshole for kicking my mom out of my house because of how she reacted to her partner not chili? And the top comment coming in with 31,000 upvotes. All I got from this is the most jacked up chili recipe ever. Next comment, 13,000 upvotes. Everyone sucks here. Sorry, but your wife is a bad cook. Just accept it. It was so bad a man who was trying to be polite couldn't help but gag. That doesn't make her an asshole, but her being a jerk about it when people don't like her cooking is. I mean, either she is a genuinely bad cook or she intentionally sabotaged the chili just so she could act outraged when people don't like it. Take your pick. Your wife threw an absolute tantrum before anyone had done anything wrong, which you did nothing to address, and upset the guest, who then behaved like a dramatic nut herself, and you, instead of chilling out when they left the room, actually followed them just to keep the situation escalated to the point of hanging around the bathroom like a weirdo. Everyone in the story, except for Rob, acted like an absolute child. And all this over some bad chili? Y'all have some serious growing up to do. Cooking classes might be a good idea too. Next comment, 6,000 upvotes. That chili recipe sounds super gross. Brown sugar and maple syrup and chocolate. We're cooking beans here, not brownies, people. Who go for some unique versions of classic dishes need to understand that some people aren't going to like their new interpretation and take it in stride when people don't like it. That said, Mom and Rob are definitely assholes for the way they acted. Next comment, 8,000 upvotes. Everyone sucks here. They didn't say super nice things, but they went into the bathroom to have a private conversation. You eavesdropped because you wanted a reason to get mad at your mom. You say she was teasing Rob for his reaction, and as most people have said, the chili recipe does not sound like what most people would expect, so his reaction to disliking it wasn't purposeful. He seemed embarrassed and guilty about it, and now he's going to feel even worse, like he ruined your relationship with your mother because you couldn't let them have a conversation in private. Next comment, 2,000 upvotes. Why don't you have dinners at restaurants so they can be fed by people who know what they're doing and avoid ever having this issue again? Everyone sucks here. And my vote, I'm going to go ahead and say everyone sucks as well. It seems like I wouldn't eat that chili. That sounds like a really yucky recipe for chili. Has anyone else tasted chili like this? Has anyone else encountered something like